You ready?
Yep. I'll just figure this out next time. All right, let's rock and roll.
Huh?
We can rock and roll.
Okay. You gotta turn the music off. Welcome, social media family, to our monthly generational wealth session. And we have some interesting information for you today. We won't be before you long because we know in certain areas of the country there's inclement weather. Is the holiday season, people getting ready for working tomorrow, or shoveling their driveways tomorrow, or or just having fun in the sun, like I'm going to be doing in a couple of days. Or if you're like Tony, you have a t-shirt on and you're just chilling, not worrying about anything. So I'm going to let Tony lead tonight. He has some interesting things for you tonight to help you on this walk to generational wealth. Okay, Tony, go ahead, take the floor if you're ready.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let's rock and roll. What's up, everybody? What up? What up? What up? What up? If you guys are just joining in, my name is Tony Delgado. Um, I, you know, our conversation really is about financial literacy. It's something that most people are seeking finances and money and really just trying to figure out this whole world we live in. And there's a lot of people that are struggling financially, and we have to get to a place where we can kind of get ahead but also just get more knowledge, and but also get the right type of knowledge, because there's a lot of people that on social media they have a lot of knowledge to give, but they don't have the fruit um, behind it that backs it up. Okay. And so I'm super blessed. I have about 96 licensed agents that is helping us out in these different financial areas. If they got investment licenses, mortgage license, and all of those agents also have a life insurance license. And life insurance really is the foundation when it comes to your finances. It should be. And so I help people get their life insurance license so they can start having this conversation with our families, because a lot of times we only get around to getting life insurance when we go to work, when someone dies, and then when it's too late, right? And we had to start having this conversation early, right? When your kids are born, they should have a life insurance policy on them, because we don't know what the future holds at all, and we don't know when our expiration date is. And so we all talk about, generational wealth. And today I just want to, I'll share my own personal story, but also just the impact that we have. Okay. The impact we have on the next generation, because I think a lot of times we really just kind of focus on us, right, Lydia? It's all about me. It's all about
Right.
what can I get now, you know, what can I benefit from right now. And life insurance is one of those products where you actually don't want to receive it. And the reason why is because someone that you love is attached to that. So it means if you're getting a life insurance check, it means you lost somebody,
Right.
right? And so that is hard to deal with at the end of the day. And we don't like having the conversation, but we have to,
Yeah.
okay? Because you can't wait until you pass away before you decide that you're going to get it, all
Exactly.
right? And you also can't, you have to get the right type, because you can't say, dang, well, next time I die, I'm going to get the right type of life insurance.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
It don't work that way.
Don't work that
And,
way.
and so today, this month is the holidays, of the Christmas holiday and New Year's. And a lot of us are going to be spending a bunch of money, even though we're all living, a lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck. But
Yeah.
somehow, later, they're going to figure out a way to buy their kids gifts. They're going to
Mm-hmm.
figure out a way.
Mm-hmm.
But Lydia, they don't figure out a way to guarantee their kids wealth. They don't figure out a way to guarantee their kids got life insurance.
Right.
Okay. And so I posted on my social media to yesterday or today, is someone told me they'll start their life insurance after the holidays. Well, someone didn't make it past the holidays. Okay. They told me after I paid my bills.
Right.
Okay. Well, someone didn't make it after they paid their bills. They also told me after vacation, right? You're about to go to Orlando, right? It's a
Right.
vacation
Yeah.
destination. Okay. I'm in California, which I'm considering it a vacation destination because it's hot. Okay. But someone didn't make it. There's no
Right.
guarantee I make it back home
Right.
to my beautiful daughters. Okay. Someone also told me, Lydia, as my parents have life insurance on me,
Mm-hmm.
we're adults. You should have your own.
Yeah.
Okay. But the parents didn't tell you that they haven't paid the bill in 3 months.
Right.
And so your kids lose. Okay. Also, I've been told that my job has me covered. Well,
Mm-hmm.
someone lost their job after they told me the job have them covered. So now they
Mm-hmm.
have no coverage. And guess what? Now they're too unhealthy. They have cancer. They have all these different things. So now the job that they had
Right.
don't have them covered anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My current policy is good,
Mm-hmm.
Someone didn't read or understand the fine print, and now their policy is no good after they died, and their kids are like, dang, I thought my parents knew what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
They had nothing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it really, you got to sit down with someone who you know is about educating, reading the policy. You can even go read your own policy.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. And go through it and ask questions about it. Because, like I said, life insurance is one of those things where you kind of have to get it right. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So today's conversation is how financial education and life insurance helps our community. Okay. Um, and so the first thing is it stops the starting over cycle,
Right. Yeah.
because I hear it in our community all the time is, man, I got it out the mud, or I start from scratch. Guess what? I was poor. I started from the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But we don't have to.
Right.
You know, I didn't have to have my parents got life insurance. I could have went to school debt free had I had life insurance. I didn't go to
Right.
college. Why? Because I couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
I had to start helping my grandmother pay some bills right after
Mm-hmm.
high school. As an 18-year-old, I shouldn't have to do that. I should have
Mm-hmm.
been
Right.
figuring out my life.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
And so we have to stop the starting over cycle. And we need to make sure that the next generation don't have to start over.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So when someone passes away without life insurance or properly planned, the family don't just grieve,
Mm-hmm.
they gotta scramble. They gotta figure out the money.
Right. Yeah.
They don't even get a chance to cry. They ain't got time. They gotta get the money to pay for this funeral.
Right. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So we forget about we don't figure about the funeral home is gonna make you remember about the funeral costs.
Yes, they
And do
are.
they care that you don't got it?
Nope.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Okay, we don't like used car salesmen, but funeral homes or salespeople are the worst. Okay, because
Mm-hmm.
they're banking on your emotions.
Right.
Okay, you forget about the rent and mortgage that your kids still got to pay next month when you die,
Mm-hmm.
because your job isn't going to keep paying you. That's what we forget about. We also forget about the GoFundMe. It's embarrassing that we got to beg our family to put up $20, $30. And guess what? They feel bad because they ain't got the money to put up on your GoFundMe.
Right.
When we should have had life insurance. I don't want no one. I don't want my kids to have to sell dinner plates and do car washes and
Right.
beg people to put up $100.
Right.
I'm okay with that. But also the kids' future is put on pause. You know, the nice home that they have, they're gonna have to go now to an apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the parent goes from a 3-bedroom home to now they gotta get a studio
Right.
because it's expensive out here.
Yes.
Okay?
Listen.
Life insurance creates breathing room. It gives family times to heal. They don't have to panic, time
Mm-hmm.
to make decisions. Um, they don't have to make any desperate decisions, right?
Right.
And I give you the scenario of my mom versus my brother. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was 23, my older brother died. He was 26. He got killed in a car accident on his way home. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
At the time, he had a 4-month-old son. Okay. And his girlfriend at the time, I believe she was a stay at home mom. Okay. Now, he didn't plan on dying. Of
Right.
course, been
Yeah.
living 26 years. And he got T-boned at a light, okay, local, and passed away. His work policy didn't pay out. And so guess what his stay-at-home fiance had to do? Did she get time to mourn? No, because the
Mm-hmm.
baby need food the same day the next day.
Right.
And maybe they was already living paycheck to paycheck and they needed to get that check a few days later.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what? They need the money now. And so guess what she had to do? She had to try to figure out the best she can. Maybe she had to go get a job.
Mm-hmm.
And now the kid got to be raised by someone else.
Right. Yeah.
And so the person who's bringing home the bacon, there's no more bacon being brought home. It instantly stops.
Yes.
It's not a gradual stop,
Mm-mm.
right? It ain't like at a job where they give you, all right, you got 60 days, they're going to lay you off. At least you got 60 days to try to figure it out.
Right.
This is an instant, you know what I'm saying,
Mhm.
severance of your finances.
Yeah.
And so I don't know why people have to think about it.
Yeah. I wish it was a way that we could really figure out how to change the mindset of our people when it comes to that. Because it's a
Well,
mindset.
it is a mindset, but I think the biggest mindset is just not being taught. You know, how many conversations, you know, I'll say I started in this business 6 years ago. How many conversations did I have about this before that? And we're not talking about it. On Sunday, we're talking about church football.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're not having these conversations at the birthday parties.
Right.
Now, I do now because this is what I do.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
to the point where my family's like, yo, we talk about something other than life insurance. Okay. But my family's good.
Right.
So the biggest issue is we need more people to go get a life insurance license, to learn about it, to start educating it. Because guess what? We talking about buying homes. Why? Because everybody's a real estate agent. You know, we talk about what's going on with the Puff Daddy scenario. We talk about that. You know, we
Yes,
talk
we do.
about all this. You know, the guy I think he plays from Michigan right now, all over the news.
Yeah.
Okay, but what about the GoFundmes on your page right now?
Yeah.
I just noticed today a page someone he obviously pretty big in Seattle passed away, and all I'm thinking about is hopefully he had life insurance.
Yeah.
Hopefully, now he had a lot of people, so maybe they left him with somebody because some people do get they raise a bunch of money, but you shouldn't have to raise it. Because think about it too. Say they raise 100 grand. Now raising 100 grand is a lot of money, but how long will that 100 grand last?
Right. Yeah. Because that's really not a lot of money.
Because that's not a lot of money
Mm.
once you start dipping into it.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, we got to change our mindset around it,
Yeah.
but we need more people that are having this conversation with us
Right.
about this. Like this, what we're doing right here.
Yeah.
We need more people to have this conversation. Talking about real people,
Yeah.
okay, with no special powers and none of that. That
Right.
just we want to see our people win and get better.
Right.
Okay. And so, shoot, thank you for wanting to have this conversation because I wasn't doing no podcast until you said, "Hey, let's do a podcast." And now I'm excited. You know, once a month that we get to have this conversation on a live forum.
Yeah. And it has to start somewhere. You don't just go to the Grammys. You don't just wake up and go to the Grammy and get a Grammy award. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta start somewhere. So this is our beginning. And I'm even thinking like next month maybe we can get like a more of a round table. Me, Brittney, and we can invite maybe each one of us can pick someone to invite, on to come and have this conversation, and so we can start reaching the masses, and like you said, to have more people involved in having this conversation. We want to invite people to get their life insurance license, and um we're not going to stay on here long. What time go by fast? It's already been 20 minutes. I'm like, geez, it's already. um but I do want I want you to briefly give people of the opportunity to join us and start the journey to get their life insurance license, as well as inquire on policies. But we do want to encourage people to get their license, and Tony's going to tell you how. But I mean, you can finish your story. But before we get off, I want you to talk to the people about how we'll be on for like maybe 10 more minutes. We'll stay until like 7:30, and
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, we'll jump to that at the end. So go back to my brother. Right, my brother had a policy at work. It didn't pay out because in his policy it said he had to pass away at work, on his way home from work, on his way to work. And so work policies, you don't own them, and there's stipulations around them. But shoot, one of the things that happened is because my son's mother had to figure out their life. You know, she took the kids and moved to another state, and I never really got a chance to touch bases with him ever again until my nephew actually met me 3 to 4 months ago on social media,
Mm,
right? And we
mhm,
lost contact all those years because guess what? The focus was I need to go back with my parents
mm.
and try to get back on my feet. And
Right,
then we just all lost contact. Had my brother left a chunk of money, he could have stayed in the house, right? We could have grown, got to know them. And so we lose so much that we don't know we're going to lose. So the next segment is that it protects our children, not just our income.
mm,
Okay. Most people think life insurance is about them, and it's not about them. Okay.
right,
Who pays the bills if you're gone? Right? Who funds the college and trade school? Who keeps the kids in the same neighborhood, same school, same stability? Okay. And
mhm,
so financial education teaches the parents how to turn income into protection. So the number three is it turns money into a tool, not a trap.
mm.
Okay. What I mean by that, without education, money comes in and it goes out.
Right,
Right. So with education, people learn how to budget, right? People learn how to manage debt. People learn how to put an emergency plan together. People learn how to do long term conversations and goals, right? Most people are struggling survival mode because they never had any money and they don't know
right,
what to do with it. And it's just, we spend, and we're trying to get ahead and we don't because no one is teaching us how to invest. No one
right.
teaches us how to properly protect ourselves.
Yeah.
And so we have to start teaching our families how to go from survival mode to building.
Mm. Yes.
Right? And so someone in your family has to start learning this and educating us, and then our family has to start listening.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so the next thing is building that generational momentum. The Bible says, leave an inheritance for your children's children. Well,
That's
if we're thinking selfishly, Lydia, how do we do that for our kids? Right? People see me working hard and they think, oh, it's just for me. No, I have two daughters that I am not going to allow them to struggle.
right.
Whatever I got to do. And so I have a really high life insurance policy, right?
Right.
I have 2.2 million.
Right.
If something happens, my kids are going to be okay.
Yeah. Right.
And I'm not just giving them 2.2 million, is they're going to
Right.
put some money into an investment that's going to pay them what most people make. What most people make a month. Both my kids are going to get that as a check.
Right. Yeah.
That's what they can focus on, Lydia.
Yeah.
What they really want to do with their life.
Mm-hmm.
Because most people only work what they like enough. Most people are not doing what they're passionate about. So, and that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, it is. And maybe
Okay.
we'll save that for the next one. Um when we have our panel discussion. We're gonna invite some more people on
100%.
and get the word out.
Yeah.
Right.
So the last 5 minutes, if for anybody that's interested in learning about their policy, and this is the big important. If you have life insurance, okay, you want to get it. How about this? If you have life insurance and you don't know the difference between term insurance and cash value life insurance, because there's only two types of policies, okay, if you don't know which one you have, you need to come see us. I'll review your policy for you for free. Okay. I'll look at your policy. If it's bad, I'll show you in the policy because documentation beats conversation.
Right.
Okay. If it's good, I'm going to tell you it's good. Okay. Second is if you got a policy where you can pull money from it, you need to run and come see me right away. Okay. Or you're going to continue to lose money. All
Mm-hmm.
right. And so, and now the next segment is if you want to start understanding how this stuff works, come see me. We pay for your license. We pay for your mortgage license. We pay for your investment license. We don't need any more real estate agents. We don't need any more car salesmen. We don't need no cell phone salesmen. We need more people to come get their license in the financial services sector bad.
Yeah.
Okay. It's the one thing that everybody in this world needs.
Yeah.
Okay. And so um, reach out to if you're following us and you're on Lydia's page, reach out to Lydia and she'll get you connected with me. If you're listening to us on my live, You got my number. If you don't DM me, okay. Um, let's get your
And
life
actually,
insurance.
if you look at the bottom of the screen, I have our emails going across the bottom of the screen. You
Perfect.
can email either one of us, me, Brittney, or Tony.
Yes.
And we are going to continue to do this because we really want to. We're passionate about people learning about generational wealth and what's important and what's not important, and just educating people. And so we know we have to start somewhere. And we know people attention spans are not long, so that's why we are doing these sessions. But next month, in the month of January, which is actually my birthday month,
There you go.
and
That's what I'm talking about.
we're gonna have some cool people. We're gonna discuss who we're gonna have on, but we're gonna have some people on here to help us discuss and educate you um on why it's important to make sure that your family is secure, um not only during your life but after death. I feel like Biggie or Tupac right now. Life after death. Who was that? Oh, I did a rap or something. Like I don't know what. So wait. Oh, let me see. Help me stop reading context of that. So okay. So you want to have any closing word? Any closing remarks? I think it was very informational tonight, and we'll get the information out to you before the new year on the next session that we will have. We do want to invite you to join us in getting your license in whatever state you live in, um for life insurance, and like you said, you can get your mortgage license and investment license. So many opportunities available to you. So if you are interested, you see the information um going across the screen, and you can email either one of us. And look, you can work part-time, you can work full-time. We know a lot of people have been furloughed, laid off because of the government shutdown. People are really having a hard time getting on their feet, and this is an opportunity for you to uh I don't I won't call it start over, but I'll say begin again. That's what our bishop says. We're going to begin again, and you can begin again right here with this information that is being given to you through uh, me and Tony. So any last words you want to say before we
No, no, just give you like it doesn't hurt to get the information. So definitely reach out, ask some questions. We would love to help you. No, Lydia, I want to say thank you for putting this all together every month, and definitely look forward to next month, New Year. We're gonna get things rocking and rolling.
That's right. And our sister Brittney, she'll be on the next session along with the other surprise guests that we're gonna have. Okay,
That's what I'm
so
talking
see
about.
you
Yep.
guys next month. We'll give you the information on when you can meet us here again. And remember, if you want to get in contact with either one of us, you can always DM us, or the information, our emails is going across the screen right now. Okay. So happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad. Yo quiero Taco
Yes.
Bell. No. All right, and we will see y'all, Lord's will, in 2026.
Yes, you will. I'll talk to you soon.
Peace out. Peace.